Welcome to our next class. Today we have to discuss about the uses of heating effect of electric current, safety fuse and electric power. Previous class we have to discuss about heating effect, Joule's law and other some topics. And today we have to discuss about the heating effect of electricity and its uses. Okay. There are so many devices in our daily life. We are using such devices for our daily life. Okay. And that all appliances or instruments are working on the basis of electricity. And some of them are working on the basis of heating effect of electricity. That is, the electrical change in that devices is changing to electrical energy, changing to heat energy. Such devices that are electric heater, induction cookers. There are so many other devices that is performing heating effect of electrical energy. And today we have to discuss about the uses of heating effect. For that, we want to see a slide. Soldering iron, immersion heater, and heating mantle. These all are working on the basis of heating effect of electricity. What is a soldering iron? A soldering iron is a hand tool used in soldering. It supplies heat to melt solder so that it can flow into the joint between two workpieces. Next one, immersion heater. It is used to heat water, and heating mantle is used in laboratory and its use is apply heat to the containers. And all of these instruments are working on the basis of heating effect of electric current. In all of these devices, there is a common part in all of these devices, that is a coil. When we apply electricity to these objects or appliances, electricity is passing through it. But electricity passing through it, it cannot heating all of the object fully. A small portion is heated when electricity is passing through it, and that heat is using in effective form of our use. Okay, and that small portion is made up of a substance or a material. And what is the advantage of that material and what is the importance of that material used there? That is, when electricity is passing through each of these instruments, a small portion of this instrument is getting hotter, and that small portion is, or that bigger portion is made up with a specific material. And what is the advantage of that material and what is the purpose of that material? That material is nichrome. Nichrome is the material that is used in these types of devices that is basing or working on heating effect of electric current. And what is the advantage of nichrome wires, or what is the advantage of nichrome wire and what is made up of the nichrome wire? That can be seen through slide. A nichrome wire is an alloy of nickel, chromium and iron. Nichrome is used in, there are so many home appliances that is working on heating effect of electric current. And nichrome is the coil that is used in that devices. Nichrome is an alloy and it consists of nickel, chromium and iron. The mixture of these three substances is formed to the alloy nichrome. And we are using nichrome coils in all of that instruments. They have so many advantages to the nichrome wires. Some are high resistivity, high melting point, ability to remain red hot condition for a long time without getting oxidized. These all are some of the advantages advantages of nichrome wires that is used in the heating affected home appliances. High resistivity and high melting point. When electricity is passing through nichrome wires, more electricity is passing through it. It have higher resistivity and higher melting point. It cannot melt, and the ability to remain red hot condition for a long time without getting oxidized. The nichrome wire is come to red hotted, but it didn't go to oxidized. That's why it remain a lot of time in red hot condition, and that of this we can use a heated object in long time. These all are the advantages of nichrome wire, and this is the basis of nichrome wire that is used in the electrical devices. And some other home appliances we are used is microwave oven and induction cookers. These all instruments are they are not working without nichrome wires. That is, in that devices, nichrome wire is not used because in microwave ovens, microwaves are producing the heat, and in the induction cookers, eddy current is the basis of its working. And based on microwaves and eddy current, it is dealing in higher classes. So, in that types of devices, there is no nichrome wires. There is no need for nichrome wires because their working are different from others. In nichrome wires are used as coils in all of that objects because the ductility of nichrome wire is the reason behind it. When the nichrome wire is used as coil type, the more we can use, the more electricity is passing through it, the resistivity and the melting point of nichrome wire is high. So we can use nichrome wires in heating affected home appliances. Okay. And now we have to discuss about safety fuse. What is safety fuse? We can see in the slide. Safety fuse. It is a device that works on heating effect of electric current. It contains a fuse wire and alloy of tin and lead. These have relatively low melting point. In each circuit, the fuse wire should be used in accordance with the current flowing through it. Safety fuses is a use of heating effect. It is a device that works on heating effect of electric current, and in a safety fuse containing a fuse wire. And that fuse wire is made up of an alloy that contains tin and lead. And this safety fuse having relatively low melting point, and each circuit the fuse wire should be used in accordance with the current flowing through it. These are the images of safety fuse. In the first picture, we have to see that the safety fuse have a socket, and when we using safety fuse, we have to set that pin with the socket. This is safety fuse. In safety fuse, there is a small or there is a material in there. There is a wire that is made up of tin and tin. Okay, and that safety wire is inside a safety fuse, and we have to use that safety fuse for many purposes. In household wiring, we must include the safety fuse because there is any troubles in our electricity that is avoiding using the safety fuse. Okay, and safety fuse is mainly used in two situations. Situations are in slides. Situations causing electric current, high electric current, short circuit and overloading. In these two situations, that is causing high electric current flow. So this made so many problems like firing. So in these two cases, safety fuse is very useful to us. First one is short circuit and the second one is overloading. If the positive and negative terminals of battery or the two wires from the mains come into contact without the presence of resistance in between, they are said to be short circuited. A circuit is come to short circuited. There is a overflowing of current is occur. That circuit is come to firing. When we use the safety fires in that short circuit, it is minimizing using that safety fuse. When current is flowing through that circuit, the current is always passing through the safety fuse wire. And the lower melting point of that safety wire makes the the circuit comes to don't fire because the safety wire is come to melting because of its low melting point. The current is passing, over current is passing through the melting fuse wire. The low resistivity makes the more hotter fuse wire is melting and avoiding the firing. When in the second condition, that is overloading, we have been using multi-purpose plugs in our switchboard. A circuit is said to be overloaded if the total power of all the appliances connected to it is more than what the circuit can withstand. In that time, there are so many appliances working in same plug. So there is an overloading or overflowing of electric current in that circuit. So this makes a overflowing current makes any issues in that circuit. If we use safety wires in that circuit, we can avoiding the firing with the use of safety fuse. And these two conditions, overloading and the first condition, these two conditions are the main conditions that is causing the high electricity flowing through one circuit. It makes any problems that can be minimizing using the safety fuse. The higher melting point, the lower melting point of safety fuse. Lower melting point of safety fuse making it broken. When the high electricity is passing through it, it is come to more hotter and it's break. So the electricity passing to the whole circuit is come to break. When we considering a circuit, this containing a bulb. When we switch on this circuit, electricity is passing through this circuit and the light comes to lightning. When any trouble is come to here, the overloading or short circuit is come to in this circuit. This is the fuse wire we used in this circuit. When electricity is passing through this fuse wire and the circuit also. Always is passing through all the circuit. Electricity is passing through the circuit and because of that the light is lightning. When overflowing of current is come to this circuit, that overflowing current is always passing through the fuse wire. And the fuse wire is come to more heated and the lower melting point make the fuse wire is comes to break. And this causes the breaking of electricity in whole of the circuit, and because of that there is no problem facing the higher or overloaded electricity passage. When electricity is more passing through this circuit, it makes any firing problems but the use of fuse wire make the disconnected circuit, and that's why the firing is avoided by the use of lower melting point safety fuses. So this is the use of safety fuses in the circuit. It's avoiding the firing like problems, huge problems, by disconnecting the electricity all over the circuit. Okay. In all the times, electricity is passing through all this circuit and also the electric fuse wire. But in all that times, electricity is passing through this fuse wire also. Electricity is passing through the circuit and the fuse wire also. But in an overloading time, it is more heated. In overloading time, more electricity is passing a specific time through this fuse wire, and that makes the fuse wire comes to break and the circuit comes to disconnected with the electricity, and that makes the electricity cut off from this circuit, and that safety fuse is helping to us when avoiding the burning or the fire. Okay. And there are the uses of safety fuse in our home wiring. It is very important. And what is the important precautions when we using electric wires or wiring in home? How can we use the safety fuse and what is the precautions that can be seen in this slide? Precautions fuse wire is including in household wiring. The ends of the fuse wire must be connected firmly at appropriate points. The fuse wire should not project out the carrier wings. A fuse wire of appropriate amperage should be used. When we using the safety fuse in household wiring, we have to take these all precautions when we fitting the safety fuse in household wiring. The ends of the fuse wire must be connected firmly at appropriate points, and the fuse wire should not project out the carrier base, and fuse wire of appropriate amperage should be used. And here we read a new word amperage, and what is this? We can see through slide. Properties of fuse wire, gauge and amperage. Gauge is the reciprocal of the diameter of a conductor. As the gauge increases, the thickness of the conductor decreases, and hence the amperage also decreases. Amperage is the ratio of equipment to the voltage applied. Amperage increases with the thickness of the conductor. So amperage is main property of a fuse wire. It is the ratio of the equipment to the voltage, and based on the amperage, the fuse wire is working. So we must looking the amperage of the fuse wire when we using it to the household working. And gauge and amperage is the property of a fuse wire, and amperage must be looking the use of fuse wire in home wire. Okay. And now we have to discuss about the safety fuse. Safety fuse are used for safety in the home wiring, and it is very useful to us. And next we have to discuss about what is electric power. Electric power. What is electric power? Electric power is the amount of energy consumed by an electrical appliance. What is the electric power? Amount of energy consumed an electrical appliance in a unit time. So P is equal to W by T. If power of an electrical device is the amount of energy consumed by an electrical appliance in a specific time. And according to Joule's law, H is equal to I square RC. And here W is equal to H because in Joule's law H is equal to I square RC, and we have to write that P is equal to W by T and H is equal to I square RT. And here W by T is equal to H by T. So we can write T is equal to 1 by time, which is equal to H by T. So here H is equal to I square RT, and we put this equation to here. P is equal to I square RT divided by T. So P is equal to I square R. Because that P is equal to I square R, when we use H is equal to I square RT in the Joule's law equation. P is equal to I square R T divided by T, and P is equal to I square R. And here we want to apply that I is equal to V by R. Putting this equation to P is equal to V by R whole square into R. V square by R square into R. From here we got that V square by R. So P is equal to V square by R. This is the equation of power. P is equal to V square by R is the equation of power. And here R is equal to V by I is an equation that is basing on Ohm's law. R is equal to V by I is basing Ohm's law. So this is put in P. P is equal to V square divided by R is V by I. So which is equal to V square into I by V, which is equal to V I. And we have to got P is from Ohm's law. We do that R is equal to V by I and put that to this equation. We got another equation for power. Based on Ohm's law, it comes to J. So P is equal to V square. R is the basic equation. P and power is the amount of energy that consumed by a home appliance in a unit time, and that is known as the power. And we have a problem base. We want to find the electric power using equation. When we buy home appliances, we can see that there are some wattage nominations in the. That is 500 voltage, 200, and it's the working voltage of that home appliances. And we have to do a problem that's based on this. An appliance of power 540 volt is used in a branch circuit. If the voltage is 230 volt, what is the amperage? Here we can find the amperage of an appliance. So the power 540. 540 voltage is the power of that appliance, and the voltage is 230. Voltage is 230 volts. V is equal to 540 voltage, and the voltage V is equal to 230 volt. And we can find the amperage. Amperage is equal to voltage divided by voltage. So which is equal to 540 divided by 230. And we can find that 2.34 ampere is the amperage of the home appliance that having 540 voltage and 230 voltage, and we find the amperage using voltage divided by voltage. We can find that 2.34 ampere is the amperage of that appliance. So we can round that 2.4 is the amperage of that home appliance. Okay. So today we have to discuss about the use of heating effect of electric current. There are so many devices we are using in our daily life that is based on the heating effect of electric current. In heating effect of electric current, the electrical energy is converting to heat energy. In that device, the useful form of electrical energy is heat energy, and that is called the heating effect of electrical energy. And there are so many home appliances we are using based on the heating effect, that are soldering irons, immersion heaters, heating mandrels, water heaters, and iron boxes. There are so many devices. In each of that devices, a specific portion is come to more hotter when electricity is passing through it. And that specific portion is made up with nichrome. And nichrome is an alloy of nickel, chromium, and iron. Its higher resistivity and higher melting point, and the capacity to remain more time in red hot condition is more. These all are the main advantages of that nichrome wires, and that's why the nichrome wire is used as the heating coil in heating objects. Okay. And we have to discussing about the safety fuse. Safety fuse are a device that is working on the basis of heating effect of electricity, and it is used in home wiring. And so safety fuses are used in mainly two conditions: avoiding overflowing of current and the short circuiting. When short circuiting and overflow of current is in the fuse wires, and the fuse wire melting and the higher blasting of firing is avoiding this fuse wire. And this is the use of safety fuse in home appliances. and the low melting point of fuse wire is made overflowing of electricity through a circuit. It comes to melted and the disconnection of electricity occurs in that circuit, and that's why the blasting or firing is avoiding using the safety fuse. And there are so many advantages when we using safety fuses in home wiring. It is very useful to us, and there are some precautions while using the safety fuses in home wiring, and we have to discussing about always the amperage amperage of the fuse wire having an amperage, and it should be looking to using the fuse wire when we put this into the home wiring. And next we have to discussing about the electric power. Electric power is the energy consuming an electrical appliances per unit time, and P is equal to W by T. And according with the Joule's law and Ohm's law, we have to attain an expression for P, that is P is equal to V square by R. And finally, we can do the problem, that is find out the amperage of an home appliances that having 540 voltage and 230 voltage, and we find the amperage of that home appliances. The amperage of home appliances is very important when we using the safety fuse in home wiring. And that's all about today's class. Thank you.